Hannah!
What? I'm not like you, Mom. I'm not forgiving in that way. Once you start calling me sweetie and baby and being patronizing and condescending and all this unnecessary, you've taken it from somewhere it didn't need to be. To start off the trip that way with that sort of energy, and then to think that it's gonna be water under the bridge, like, around me won't be no bridge.
Jackie Christie didn't throw a drink, raise her voice, or even roll her eyes. Yet somehow, she's being painted as the villain in this whole situation. But before anyone rushes to judge her, let's rewind a bit and look at how this all started. Once you see how the pieces fit, you'll understand just how twisted this mess really is. Everything kicked off when Chantel spoke up about how Brandy was treating Ming. Brandy had been giving Ming cold vibes, acting distant, tossing shady looks, and making everyone uncomfortable. The energy was off, and Chantel wasn't about to ignore it. She called Brandy out for being disrespectful, and honestly, plenty of viewers agreed with her. Fans had already noticed Brandy's attitude, so when Chantel said something, she was just saying what a lot of people were already thinking. But here's the thing, Chantel wasn't directly involved in the issue.
He's under a lot of stress. Brandy,
I'm under a lot of stress. We're all in here as women dealing with a lot of things. I'm not taking it out on nobody else.
It was Ming who was feeling that tension from Brandy. Chantel simply stepped in to defend her, which some folks respected while others questioned. Was it really her place to speak up? Still, she came with receipts. Brandy's behavior wasn't new. She has a history of throwing subtle shade, giving backhanded compliments, and aligning herself with whoever benefits her in the moment. This time, that seemed to be Evelyn and Jennifer. Chantel called it out straight, saying Brandy's energy was tired and her friendships looked more for show than genuine. That's when things turned personal. Brandy clapped back hard, not just to defend herself, but to attack. She went straight for Chantel's character, questioning her maturity, her intentions, and acting like Chantel had no right to speak on anything. That moment changed everything.
That she did to me and my sister's relationship, she won't even take accountability for. At this point, it's just like a fake, I have to keep talking to you so you won't go talk about me on Twitter and talk about me on Facebook. And
the focus shifted away from Ming and turned into a full-on back and forth between Brandy and Chantel. Their tones got sharper, body language changed, and it was clear that Brandy had been holding something in for a while. It looked like this was the moment she'd been waiting for to finally let it out. Now, whether or not Chantel inserted herself, one thing's for sure, she wasn't wrong. Brandy was acting shady, and people could see it. So the real question became, was Chantel stirring the pot, or was she just being honest in a room where most people stay quiet? This is where Jackie comes in, but not in the way anyone expected. Jackie was right there during the entire exchange between Chantel and Brandy. She saw the shade, heard the clapbacks, and watched her daughter stand her ground.
This place here in the same building because I want you to be able to keep an eye on things while I'm back and forth with the kids. But I don't need you micromanaging. I don't need you coming down, knocking on the door all hours of the night.
I don't get a key?
What?
But this time, Jackie didn't say a single word. For her, that was huge. This is the same Jackie Christie who's built a reputation for jumping into drama, especially when her daughter's involved. She's usually the first one to speak up, step in, and defend Chantel when things get heated. But this time, she didn't move an inch, and that silence spoke volumes. Some fans thought maybe Jackie was finally letting the grown women handle their own issues. One person tweeted, "Jackie let Chantel fight her own battle this time," while others didn't see it as growth. They felt her silence was strategic, that she only steps in when it helps her storyline or makes her look like the protective mom. One fan commented, "Jackie only shows up when the cameras benefit her. When Chantel really needed her, she stayed quiet." Another wrote, "She's protecting her image, not her daughter."
She can't even admit to anything that she said. I don't know where the group can go.
People started accusing Jackie of being disloyal and caring more about her reputation than supporting her child. But if you really think about it, Jackie's been criticized for years for doing the exact opposite, getting involved in everyone's business. She's been called controlling, messy, and overbearing. Maybe this time, she thought, stepping back would finally stop that criticism and show she's changed. And here's the key detail. Chantel has told her mom before to stay out of her drama. In past seasons, when she had issues with people, she specifically told Jackie not to interfere because it made things worse and embarrassed her. Jackie listened. So now that she's finally respecting that boundary, why is she being blamed for it? Here's the ironic part. Chantel once begged Jackie to stop meddling, and now she's upset that her mom didn't step in. When you look at it that way, Chantel's reaction feels a little convenient. If you've been following Basketball Wives for a while, you might remember the whole Chantel versus Drya situation. Chantel was caught in a messy back and forth, and emotions were running high. Jackie, being who she is, immediately jumped in to defend her daughter, protecting her, confronting people, and making sure everyone knew she was present. But how did Chantel respond back then? She told her mom to back off. She didn't want Jackie in her business. She wanted to handle things her own way and said Jackie was embarrassing her by getting involved. That moment hit Jackie hard, but she respected it. So now, fast forward to today. When Brandi and Chantel start going at it, Jackie decides to do exactly what her daughter asked for before. She stays quiet. But now that silence is being flipped against her. Fans have started pointing out how inconsistent this is. It's like Chantel wants her mom quiet when it makes her look independent, but loud when she needs backup. When Jackie's overprotective, she's too much. When Jackie stays calm, she's unsupportive. So which one is it? At this point, it's starting to seem like Jackie is being used as a shield, someone to bring in when the heat gets too strong or when Chantel wants to shift blame. It's like Chantel wants her mom's involvement, but only on her terms. Jackie doesn't really work that way. She's either all in or completely out. There's no middle ground. So when Chantel blames her for not stepping in, it doesn't make sense, especially since she's the one who drew that line in the first place. Now people are asking, is this really about independence, or is it about image control? Does Chantel want to appear mature and outspoken when it suits her, but fall back into my mom didn't defend me mode when things go wrong? And while Chantel's approach might change, one thing hasn't: Jackie's role in the franchise. Whether she's loud or quiet, right or wrong, Jackie always gets the most criticism. If she speaks up, she's doing too much. If she sits back, she's fake. There's never a middle ground for her. And honestly, no one else on the show gets treated with the same double standard. Think about it. Evelyn, Jennifer, and Brandi have all stirred up plenty of drama over the years. They've lied, switched sides, thrown shade, and ended friendships. Yet Jackie's the one who always gets dragged the hardest. Her loyalty is constantly questioned, and her reactions are labeled crazy, while others get away with the same thing and are called real. Now we're seeing it again. Jackie tried something new. She stayed quiet, didn't make it about herself, and let her daughter handle her own situation. But that didn't earn her peace. Instead, people used her silence as another reason to criticize her. It's as if Jackie isn't allowed to grow. She's boxed into the role of being dramatic every season. When she changes, they say she's fake. When she doesn't, they say she's messy. It's a lose-lose situation for her. That pressure doesn't just come from fans, it's also in how the other women treat her. They question her motives, twist her words, and judge her behavior more harshly than anyone else's. She's expected to say more, do more, fix more, and somehow still gets roasted for it every single time. And speaking of double standards, let's talk about Brandi. Because if we're keeping it real, her hands aren't clean either. Brandi has a long track record on the show of starting problems, acting tough, and then pretending she's the victim when the drama comes back around. From her feud with Malaysia to her shady jabs at Evelyn, she's always been part of the chaos. She knows how to stir the pot just enough to make noise, then step back and play innocent. This latest issue with Chantel feels like another version of that pattern. The moment Chantel called her out for shading Ming, Brandy didn't just defend herself. She went on the attack. Her tone changed, her words got sharper, and the whole energy shifted. It felt like she'd been waiting for a chance to release built-up tension, and Chantel gave her that opening. But here's where things get strategic. Brandy knows Jackie well. She knows how protective she can be and how quick she usually is to jump in for her daughter. So when Jackie didn't react this time, Brandy used that silence against her. She twisted it into, "See, even your mom doesn't have your back. That's not just shady, that's calculated. It's psychological manipulation." Brandy managed to turn Jackie's attempt to stay out of drama, something she's been told to do countless times, into ammunition to make her look bad. That's playing the game and controlling the narrative, and unfortunately, it worked. Now, we're left with a situation where nobody's completely innocent. Brandy started it, Chantel escalated it, and Jackie's silence got weaponized. Yet somehow, Jackie is once again taking the blame. It's almost like no matter what she does, she can't win. When she defends her daughter, she's crazy. When she steps back, she's selfish. Every choice she makes gets twisted into something negative. At this point, it's clear that Jackie Christie lives in a no-win situation. Whether she's loud or calm, she'll always be the one who gets criticized the most. And yet, fans keep watching because, love her or not, Jackie brings something real to the table. Authentic reactions, passion, and the courage to take heat for simply being herself. So what do you think? Was Jackie wrong for staying quiet this time? Or did she finally take the mature route and still end up being blamed for it? Either way, one thing's certain, on Basketball Wives, silence doesn't guarantee peace, and every move Jackie makes becomes the next big talking point. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss the next breakdown. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on this time? Stay tuned because the next episode's drama is about to explode.